Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sport for today's World Rankings review following the second round of the 2024 Six Nations Championship. And if you're a Springboks supporter, for example, the good news is that Ireland have not closed any more of the gap between South Africa and Ireland in the world rankings as they sort of look to try and retake that number one spot from the current world champions. And I don't think mathematically they'll actually be able to do it with the Six Nations. And so that will be what that will be competing for in that sort of mid-year series. It's going to be very exciting. But we have a look at the rankings and sort of exactly where things are going and stuff like that. There was actually no real movement on the world rankings this past weekend. But a couple of rating points have changed, and this will sort of show you exactly how the sort of world rugby order is currently looking at the moment. Now, before you look at some of the rankings, please do smash the like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Right, so this is how the world rankings currently look. South Africa way ahead over there, 94.54 ranking points. Ireland sitting at 92.11. New Zealand a couple points behind them, 89.80. France in fourth place at 87.39. A loss to Scotland. Could have seen this change quite a bit. But France managing to beat Scotland, especially away, means that they are quite comfortable there in fourth. England slowly but surely sort of trying to close that gap a little bit. They win against Wales, and Scotland sitting in sixth place. I personally think that they're probably better side than England, but they'll probably need to go and beat England to prove that, and that's what we're going to see in a couple of weeks' time. Now, the biggest problem with Ireland, and the reason they haven't moved up much, is that they're obviously playing Italy, and Italy being ranked below the top 10, especially at home, for example, for Ireland, means it was always going to be, there was going to be no movement from them. However, things will slightly change when they start to take on in England, Scotland, for example. When they're a bit more closer. There are a lot of ranking points available there, but they still can sort of start to get a little bit of ground against for South Africa. For me, it's more sort of the interesting part. Sort of this more 4, 5, 6. It's France, England, Scotland. As I said, if Scotland had beaten France, that would have given them some decent ranking points. Scotland taking on England away, at home rather, in a couple of weeks' time. So that'll be an interesting one to sort of see how that plays out and what the rankings do there. And Wales sitting at 8th, just behind Argentina. A couple of wins for them against a couple of high-ranked sides will put them into that sort of top 7 and sort of up to 6th. They currently lead Australia, and then Fiji sort of rounding out that sort of top 10. If you go look at the full rankings, for example, you'll see that Italy at the moment sitting at 11th place. A win for them in the Six Nations would probably put them back to that top 10 because they're not particularly far behind Fiji, and anybody that they play against, bar Wales, are quite a lot ahead of them on the ranking table. So, yeah, you don't expect to see too much rankings changing. I think over the Six Nations, I think maybe that's the reshuffle at 5, sort of 4, 5, 6. I don't think we're going to see anybody really closing on New Zealand. If France would have had to have beaten an Ireland, for example, or if England beat an Ireland, then maybe they could close in on New Zealand. But New Zealand at the moment, 4 points is quite a lot to try and make up. So don't expect too much movement in the world rankings in the next sort of month or two. But obviously, this comes to mid-year. This will be quite exciting, especially that South Africa Ireland series. It's going to be really, really fun. I'm very excited to sort of see that. I think it's Wales versus Australia in the mid-year, so that'll be a nice sort of battle for 8th and 9th. So a couple of cool mid-year tours, obviously we will be covering as well. Now, let me know what you think about the rankings. Do you think Ireland will be able to catch South Africa, or who will sort of be ranked number 1 come the end of the year? What do you think as well? Do you think this is a fair reflection? Do you think that the top 5 teams in the world are indeed South Africa, Ireland, New Zealand, France, and England? If not, who would you put above, and who and why? Let me know down in the comments below. Please just smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve. I'll chat to you soon.